Welcome to Monday Mental. The focus I'd like you to put your attention on is calibrate or pay attention to your state right now, each of you. Just go in and check your emotional being. Where's my state of emotion? Where's my attention? Where's my breath? What's my body feel like? Where's my energy? And where's my thinking? Where's my mind? And as you look at all of that, it's like sitting at the end of the runway or the beginning of the runway, checking off a list, talking to the tower, talking to your flight partner, and just saying, okay, let's go through the list. So check your body, check your emotion, check your energy, check your mind, check where your attention is. And no matter what it feels like, just notice, I want you now to put your attention on your breath. You're at the controls. Just notice, you're at the controls. So no matter what your state, no matter where your attention is, no matter how good or how not good the moment is, just look and go, I have the opportunity now to take control of this, being me, this moment, this me that I'm bringing. And as you do that, there's a world, as you look outside that, as abstract as what I'm saying, look externally, in other words, outside you, to the circumstances that you think you see. The day, the people around you, the weekend that's just gone by, the business, the commerce, the state of things. And just look at it all. And I want you just to consider, as you go into a gentle breath, the heart coherent breath, which resets and gets everything aligned, is checking the chemistry. It's just a slow breath, 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out through the nose. You're taking control. And no matter what the circumstances around you or how you perceive them, your response to them is the experience you're going to have over the week or the day. So just notice you're in control of your state. If your state or any aspect of it is in disrepair, struggling, anxious, any noisy stuff, just notice that it is your previous lack of attention that's causing it. It's easy to go, the circumstance is causing it though. No, your perception and response to the circumstance is causing it. Good day, bad day. If you wait for your state to be in good order, to wake up and go, oh, I feel good today, then the randomness of that approach is going to cause a random result. Good day, bad day, good result, bad result, a sort of an out of controlness. So you take control now, sitting, before the flight, before you take off down the runway in your Learjet or whatever it is you're managing, leading, guiding, your mechanism. Now just watch the breath coming in and out. And as you breathe it in slowly and out slowly, as you breathe in, put your attention that you breathe in, your heart speeding up. You might not notice it, you might, depending on your skill in paying attention sensorily. But as you breathe in and the heart speeds up, it means it's engaging the sympathetic nervous system. It's engaging fight, flight, check and balance. Just check and then breathe out into the parasympathetic, into the calm, rest and easy. And then in, and you're controlling it. So as you breathe in, just check where your attention is. And then the attention should be on the intention. No matter what the circumstances are, look through them to what you want to cause as a response to the world you're facilitating. Who do I want to bring to it? So the Formula One that's just been run, the drivers walk out, they hop in the cars, the team's around, everything's getting ready. Very soon they're going to be traveling at 300 kilometers an hour in different parts of the race. All the practice of coming into a corner, the braking, where the attention is, the condition of the car, the morale of the team. And then you look at the people, thousands of people in all the grandstands and walking around. Some of them are sipping champagne. They're in the VIP tents. Just looking around at all the noise and just let it fade. Put your attention on the car, the machine, the state of the emotion, the state of the energy, the condition of the breath, and look around. And just like a runner at the beginning of a track event, come into yourself. Breathe in, just come into you. You're the response, you're leading this. And as you do it now, I want you to go into the Tumo breath and start to bring it in, up, bring it up into the gut, and then up into the chest and the mind, and then let it go. As you're doing it, you're priming the chemistry, you're priming the emotion, you're priming the energy, you're priming the physicality, the biochemistry. Bring it through to 30, 40 breaths. Feel the lightheadedness, feel the condition, the temperature, feel yourself warming up, limbering before the event. Close your eyes, go inside. And start to look at what do you want to cause? How do you want to respond? When you get to 30, in and out and hold. And sit in the stillness, but you're still going through the 30. As you're doing, letting the circumstances, the little stuff that has to be dealt with, just let it go and bring your attention into now, like you're limbering up for that, the car starting to rev it, the team just walking away, going back into their position in the pit, the coach just stepping back, and you're walking out and you're putting your foot into the foot position as a 100-meter racer. Or sitting into the car, getting in, sitting down, getting comfy, strapping, putting on the harnesses, just closing your eyes, going in. All that's in the past, anything you had to deal with that was difficult, anything you're holding that's not in good condition in your external world, doesn't matter. Just bring your attention to now and breathe and then hold. Sit still. You're taking control now. And as you do that, when you're ready to take a breath, breathe in and hold it again, 15 seconds. As you're doing it, you're calibrating, you're managing the chemistry, you're adjusting the DHEA hormone, you're adjusting the oxytocin, you're adjusting the oxygen, the CO2 balance. You're really doing it. That's exactly what's happening. You're bringing it into balance. And then hold it and sit in it. And then run another breath. Do it again. Get it right. Every day you need to be doing this. Most people run around and they try and adjust the external condition, rushing around, getting clothes on, having a shower, trying to eat something, whatever's left in the fridge, or having their favorite bowl or something. Getting dressed, getting ready, rushing around, getting the kids ready, whatever you're doing. Getting yourself ready, tripping over stuff, losing your keys, whatever it is, you're doing it differently than that. You're going inside first, getting and prepping the state of you. As you do that, run another round. Really bring it into the gut and then up to the chest. Make a decision now. I want you to choose the state that you need for today. Is it attentive, focused, energized, still, relaxed, celebratory, ever ready, driven, motivated, powerful, resilient? Are you going into tough meetings? Have you got a big deal on? I don't know. If you're dealing with any drama, just look at it around you. If there's conflict that has to be dealt with, or something you're avoiding, or an elephant in the room, or something that's incomplete, or some sort of something, just go into the breath, breathe it through, go into the stillness, and then think, who do I bring to deal with that obstacle? It's not about the obstacle, it's about your response to it. Then go into that state now. What's the state? Am I calm? Am I focused? Am I ready? Am I excited? Am I anticipatory? Am I inspired? Am I powerful? Am I present? Am I conscious? Choose it. And then now, as you go into the breath holds and go wherever you are in the breath, just drop even more deeply into that state. You've got this. And what I want you to do now is just, depending on the metaphor you're inside, just push that throttle and look at your co-pilot, or just imagine the team around you and just nod and then just push that throttle and head off down the runway. And then feel it lift off. And just feel that little letting go of the relationship with the earth, and feel it elevate up, and feel it just lifting into the air. Actually, the law of lift is now in play. The impossible relationship between the air, space, and the momentum of the craft and the aerodynamics of it. And feel the relationship, the conversation between the air, the lift, the law, and you driving into it, and then feeling it lift off and just go, wow, like you're being held in a moment of exquisite brilliance in physics. It's a universal law that's lifting you, and feel yourself elevate now above the drama, above all of that noise, any angst, any tension, and just allow yourself to be held and fly up, and then fly to the height that you want to be flying at. We always learned that the metaphor of above, go above 50,000 feet, is above the noise, above the drama, above the chat, above all the noise. And go into the stillness, and then set your flight path, and turn now to the direction of your intention this week, going through till next Monday. Just go, what do I want to cause? Who do I want to be? What am I striving for? And then bring him or her to the space. You're flying now, go to the altitude you need. Set your destination. Then you can relax. When the plane's there and the seatbelt sign goes off, you can get up and move around. Allow yourself now to be in that space. And I want you to grab an intention. I know you're looking at the direction, looking at the context, but grab an intention for today. Grab a goal for the week that might be a part of the bigger vision. And then breathe into the stillness. And I'm going to take you into a place, into a deeper place, because your brain is very clever and it's an imagination mechanism. Nothing can exist without having been imagined first. So I want you to go in and allow yourself, I'm going to count from 10 to 1, you're going to relax into a deeper place. And in the deeper place is where your center is. I know it's a strange thing, but you'll know, just as you breathe gently now, just allow your attention to drop into where your center is, and you'll know somehow. And then 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just drop into that center and just breathe into it. Slowly in and out. Now check your breath, check your feelings, emotions, check your energy, check where your mind is. And go inside the deeper place in you and imagine, as abstract as what I'm saying is, imagine the colors that come to mind, the energy, and imagine a doorway. if one could, into a deeper place like a library. And as you enter that library, imagine it as a record-keeping place, archives, wisdom, a connection to a deeper wisdom, deeper than intellect, deeper than man's conscious knowing, a deeper place, a deeper connection, quantum, metaphysical, deep wisdom, somehow connected to a collective unconscious like Jung talked about. And imagine connecting into it. And as you walk into your library and walk around, I want you to just be drawn, allow yourself to be drawn to a particular volume. And on the spine of that volume, in the ancient text, perhaps it's wrapped in cloth or old leathers from the old bookmakers of past. And notice your name written on the spine. And as you notice it, just notice that whatever it is that's in that record, that it was worth recording, that your history is meaningful, that you do count, and the recording of it, even if it seemed a trivial moment in history, all the recordings of the brief seconds that took place between then and now, that it was recorded. Because it's a history that is bound and connected in a way that is timeless. And even there are moments in the past in that recorded history that might have appeared disheveled or failed or broken or shame-filled or anxious-filled or lost. That there is a meaningfulness to it that, coupled together with all of it, suddenly opens doorways of aha moments. The fallen moment combined with the moment you learn to walk, the fallen moment, the broken moment, the panic, the distress, coupled with your first word that you were able to utter. And all the magical little moments all put together. The moment when your parents might have broken up, or something went terribly wrong with a business, or something went terribly wrong at school and the playground, or you lost grandma, granddad, I don't know, anything. Best mate, best friend, fallen moments. And just notice the recording of them wasn't to remember pain. It was the ingredient, the combination, the unique recipe of all the combined experiences accumulated into this genius moment, this becoming. That all the moments, good and bad, difficult and easy, possible and impossible, somehow formed the perfect formula for your potential to realize itself. And as you reflect on that and grab that volume and open it and just flick through some of the reminiscing of the past, some things you'd forgotten, some of them were deliciously fun when you played heroes as children and you were the princess or the prince, the king, the thief, the villain, the soldier, the warrior, the goddess, all of it. The little helpless child in the playground, the first time you were dropped at school and left alone, or however that played out. When you were embarrassed, when you didn't have an answer for a teacher, when you were humiliated, when you won a race, when you felt wonderful, your first kiss. The time you were sitting at a movie theater and as a guy and you're in this insanely tense moment going to put your arm around the girl you're with, and how big that was. All the feelings, all the confusion, all the what appeared so big, so exciting, that in hindsight was tiny. And yet all together, as you dive in now to your awareness and just flick through those beautiful pages, realizing that they were the ingredient that open the doorways of path to your potential, to your divine self, to your deepest nature. And any part of you that these days hesitates that potential, hides it away, puts it in a shadow, reserves yourself, cautious, just look at it and go, and at this moment, as you flick through this beautiful thing or feel drawn to a particular history, piece of information or memory, just notice the part that might or might not be in varying degrees of hesitation now, and decide to let it go and replace it with the recognition that you are most powerful with your vulnerable preparedness to be all of you. There is a handshake that is so strong, and the look in the eye and the recognition, the preparedness to look me straight in the eye every time I shake your hand. There's a powerful moment that tells me your preparedness to be in your clean, beautiful truth, the character that comes through that. And as I go around the room, each of you has a particular gift. Always turns up, always has a solution, always is ready to get up the next morning. Just this resilience in this humble room. I want you to allow yourself to tap in to the ingredient of yourself that you're tapped into, and the colors of it, the energy of it, the feeling of it. And just notice that all of your journey from the past to now, every second of it was meaningful. Even the shame-filled moments, the embarrassment, the humiliation, the lostness, coupled with the ingenious moments, the character, the world you were blessed with, the world you didn't feel blessed with, the circumstances you found yourself in growing up, the characters that turned up around you, good, bad, villainous, and extraordinary, all of the characters, all the influences of the school kids you were best friends with or acquainted with, the bullies, the teachers, the work system, all of it, every second of it was part of the building blocks. Allow yourself to recognize that every second of it was meaningful and worth it, and an ingredient, like in a puzzle. Every piece counts. And all those times when you're doing a puzzle and you can't get the piece to fit and you try and squeeze it in and you know it's looking lumpy, it doesn't belong there. Then you've got to pull it out and there's a gap, there's something missing, and you've got to find the solution. In the journey of life, as you do that, you cultivate a musculature, an emotion, an energy, a sense of self, a sense of life, an optimism, a pessimism, a sense of in the world and me. And as you look at it and breathe into that ingredient deep in you now, and look at that volume and just put it back on the shelf with appreciation. And just to the right of it, you might find another volume that looks fresh, and you open it and it's the future, and it's a completely clean slate. And as you pull it out of the shelf and open it, you'll find it's empty. You might find a quill or a pen or some sort of digital device. And imagine opening it to the first page and writing something in there. First time. Having accumulated the past, accumulated all the wins and losses, and just write in there. I'm going to get you to write something in, and I'm going to give it to you to write. And it says, I'm willing to be me. I'm willing to be me. And in that powerful statement begins the day, today. And as you put your attention on your breath and write that in, it's indelibly imprinted in time. And as you look at it, put the journal back on the shelf to be filled in, and just turn around and you'll see a doorway. And in the doorway, you'll see a beautifully inscribed willingness to be me. And you choose right now to walk through it. into the realm of permission to be yourself. And you know where you hesitate. You know where you pull back. You know where you get scared when you tell a joke that no one will laugh. You know that if you say something around a dinner table or stand up, or that the preparedness to be in your willingness is key. Catherine and I have been watching the X Factor, Simon, whatever his name is, and watching the preparedness of a lot of people coming onto stage to strut their stuff and the stories they bring, what it's taken to get to that moment. And one of the key ingredients that I keep noticing, because we're watching it a lot, because we're watching people with the preparedness to strut their stuff in front of 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people. Very vulnerable moment. And the ingredient that seems, apart from the skill of the craft of singing or their thing, is the thing that seems to win everyone over is an authenticity. The courage to let go and own the moment, and to actually own it in spite of the audience responding positively or negatively. There's this magical ingredient in humans that when they're willing, when they're prepared to stand in their light, in spite of whatever's there or not there, the unknown, in spite of the risk of starting a business, the risk of going into a relationship, the risk of pitting yourself against yourself, the risk of it all. And we all know, we watch the guys and girls in their 20s or teens, bulletproof a lot of the time. Young men I've watched over the years, and women going as cadets in management, leadership, sales, business, professions, and then watch them in their 30s. And you start to see stuff that isn't always easy. You can see magnificence, then you see the marriages break for some of them and their mates. Some of them fall from grace with drugs or whatever it is. Some of them have alcohol issues. Some of them started a business, but it didn't work out. Some of them seem to naturally make it. Some of them get sick. Some of them die prematurely. I know, life is life. And as you watch the dance, and you watch those that learn to be true to themselves, willing to come into willingness to be you, brings a certain humility that we all recognize. And everyone recognizes it. And I notice in metaphors like the X Factor, where they get up and they strut their stuff because they want to be stars or whatever they're after, people stand up for that willingness more than anything. So I want you to look at your willingness now as you walk through that doorway to risk everything to be you. And notice that the agony was the hesitation, not the circumstance of winning or losing in an external moment. That looked like the pain of failing, but the real pain was the part of you that reserved yourself, held back, judged yourself, went into contortion of hesitation. That's where the agony is. Otherwise, you get up, dust yourself off, jump back on, get up. You all get up. But the willingness to really own your vision. So as you look at this week coming, you're already in it. It's already TikTok. It's already happening. The willingness to go, you know what? I am letting go my reservation. I'm in. I'm not 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I'm in. And just notice your inness, your willingness to be completely in and committed and in ownership. And now bring your attention into the feelings, the senses, the energy, the emotion of being inside that permission I'm willing to be me. And in that volume sitting on the shelf that's empty, the slate of tomorrow, but it's titled I'm willing to be me. And you step in with that, and you hop into the metaphors that you've chosen in your life to strut your stuff in your style of business, in the profession, in the field, in the relationship you're in, the friendships you're in, the financial circumstances you're in. And just look and go, you know what? And then own this, and then look at your outcome. What do you want to cause from your inness? What do you want to cause from your willingness? Come back and say, I'm willing to cause a pathway. I'm willing to cause a world, to take it to the edge and over. I'm willing to let go. I'm committed. I'm willing to be me. And from now forward, as you witness where you've hesitated to hold yourself back, to be a little bit in the shadows, to not be seen, to don't stand too tall, all of that, just doubt, that little hesitation, just look at it and go, that is from the past. I protected myself from the fear of loss, the fear of judgment, by reserving myself. But the best protection of all is to be all of yourself. On that note, I've taken all the time up today. Please forgive. So could you take whatever this has all meant to you and make some notes, get into your willingness and go into the day. If anyone would like to comment now, please, I'm happy to go a little over. If you don't need to, we can just complete, but I'll hold the space for a minute. If anyone wants to say anything, please do. Thank you for listening. I feel really inspired. I hope you do. You've got a week to play with. Go play.